Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny, and in this bass fishing video, I'm going to be reviewing 6 of my favorite swim baits for topwater bass fishing, because these swim baits match the hatch, and they will get blown up on that topwater. So let's go. Whoa, there we go. Yeah! Woo, holy cow, folks. Topwater Johnny here, man. This is what we came here for. Look at that. Get back here. Look at that right there. That's the kind of beast that we came here for. There we go. Woo! And that one hooked. Hey everybody, it's Topwater Johnny. Want to welcome you to the next video here. In this video, what we're going to be doing is talking about swim baits as topwater lures and weight baits. So what I'm going to be doing is bringing you some lures that are swim baits that I'm fishing as topwater lures and subsurface weight baits. So what I want you to do right now is go ahead, hit the like button right now. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because what we're going to do is we're going to talk about these lures. I'm kind of going to give you just my thoughts about each of these lures. And as videos go on through the course of this year, I'm going to be fishing with them, and then I'll give each and every one of these lures its own individual breakdown as I start catching fish on it. But right now, I just wanted to expose you to all of these lures, give you my thoughts, get your thoughts, and we'll just go from there. So let's go ahead and start the video. All right, everybody, our first lure up is the actual Savage Gear 3D gill here, bluegill here. This lure is actually 4 inches in length, and the weight is 3/4 of an ounce. And also, this is, as you can see, a segmented type of lure here. So it's got little segmentations here. Great action on it. The actual price is $9.99. And I got this lure to fish in the shallows, once again, because those bass are keying up on bluegills in the shallow area. As you can see, it comes with comes with one hook that sits in the top here. That hook doesn't actually press out very far, but it does definitely press out there. It's jointed this way so that, because the bass kind of come in face first and attack. What I did from watching other swim bait guys is I actually, as you can see right here, I attached another stinger hook to it. So I hooked it on here to where it ties on, and I'm putting it right under there like that. And so now I have an opportunity to increase my hookup chances here as well. I've seen guys fishing with lures like this before, and they'll miss them because there really isn't a, what I like to call a way to really lock them down. This hook has got to stick them, and if you don't stick them right, it can be difficult. I'm using a 7-foot rod to fish with this lure right here, 7-foot rod. I'm using my Corrado DC bait caster on this as well, and I'm fishing this with braided line here as well. Or I could, and you could actually fish it with braided line to a fluorocarbon line as well to create a little bit more invisibility. But I'm in the shallows, and also the water I'm fishing is a little murky, so this lure right here could really prove to be effective in that situation. So once again, this is the Savage Gear 3D bluegill right here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before, but it's recently come out. It's got great action, great movement, and just give me your thoughts and ideas about it. But this one right here, I really believe will get some bites. Okay. And also, I also bought this lure from the tackle warehouse. So that's where actually I bought this Savage Gear lure, is actually from the tackle warehouse. That's where I purchased it. Okay. Okay, everybody, the next lure, now check this one out here. The next lure, this is the Megabass Magadraft. This is actually a 6-inch swim bait right here, 1 1/4 ounces in weight, and the price is $12.99. I actually bought this from the Hookup Tackle. I want to show you some things here. Normally, with this particular type of lure, and I watched them online when people were talking about it, it normally, when you hook it in here, has a little slot where it actually holds in tight right against the front of this actual swim bait lure right here. But what I did was I extended it out a little bit further in case of short strikes on this big lure right here. So I've never really fished this type of lure with this type of size before. So I decided to extend out the hook here, so I have a little bit more in the back here, so if they strike from the side. Also, I actually added a feather hook to the front here so they can even key on the front of it. So this is my own addition right here where I just added this feather hook on here, and I figured, hey, if they're going to hit this big old lure right here, maybe this right here will also give them something else to key on when they go to the front and attack as well. And I'm seeing guys in videos, folks, put on a front hook on the front of it. On the front of it, I've seen them hook it right here, hook it in the back. 2 hooks is enough as far as I'm concerned. I'm running this once again through the shallow areas and through the surface areas of the water column here. And this lure right here is a big bait. So in other words, you're going to need a heavy rod to do this fishing on. Once again, as I'll show you before here, I'm actually using a catfish rod here that I got from Sports Authority. And this lure, this rod actually right here has the capacity to hold up to 2 ounce weights. So I went ahead with this right here. This is actually, I've got my Corrado on here. This is my regular standard Corrado that I can throw large topwater heavy baits on. I'm using this one to actually throw this Magadraft as well. Got it hooked up with braid. Also, the rod itself is actually 7 foot as well. And I'm just using this. So I don't really have that fancy Swimbait stuff, but I'm using this to throw this particular lure because, like I said before, it's a really big bait. So I'm not sure if you guys have ever fished it before, but I wanted to show you this lure right here. A lot of guys talk about having a lot of success with the Magadraft and catching bass on it. So I figured, hey, if I'm going to throw towards some boat docks or throw towards some shallow cover areas and there are big bass in there, this might be something that can help me get some results. So, as I said before, I haven't caught any fish on it yet, but I do have it, and I will be fishing with it to see what can happen. Okay, all right, everybody. Our next lure up is the Megabass Magadraft Freestyle, and this is actually the Freestyle. So it looks like the Magadraft, but it's the Megabass Freestyle. This lure comes in a packet of 2. It's actually 6 inches in length as well. The price is $12.99. I actually bought this from the hookup tackle here. So as you saw before with the Magadraft, I'll show it to you here once again here. This is the Magadraft. It comes with this big hook already installed. It already comes with a hook. It already comes with everything ready to go. This one right here, you're able to do whatever you want with it. So in other words, this one, I really am fishing heavy in the shallows. I can set up a weedless presentation so I can throw this into cover, throw this right across the surface as well. You can also, if you want, you can get yourself if you want a 5/0 hook right here. I've got a leader on the front of it here as well so that I'm able to really just throw this into that cover. As you can see with the Freestyle, comes with an open slit right here so that the hook can slide in there for a weedless presentation, and as well on the top here where it can lay in there and be seamless. So when you're fishing top water and you're using this particular lure, you can have a seamless presentation inside of basically when you're fishing this lure right here. Let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about here. Yep, I said it, 5/0 hook here as well. You don't need any type of really big swim bait rods or anything. I won't even be throwing my catfish rod on this. I'll just be throwing this on a 7 foot medium heavy rod, and I'll just be throwing it and lobbing it out there. You probably could even throw this with spinning tackle as well because the weight is, there's a lot of rubber here, but it's not that heavy. So you could fish this on spinning tackle, but I would definitely have a medium heavy rod to support the load when you actually get a fish that would hit this right here. Got to have that 5/0 hook. That would make a big difference when you're fishing this lure right here. So this is the Freestyle version. In other words, this is the lure that's the opposite of the Magadraft because it doesn't have the hooks or any of the hardware inside of it here. So once again, just wanted to show you guys this lure right here. Get your thoughts about it as well. But this is the Megabass Freestyle swim bait. All right. Okay, everybody. And our next lure is the Devil Swimmer here. Swim bait right here. This lure actually is 6 inches in length, weighs about an ounce here as well. The price on this one is a Japanese type swim bait. Price on this is $19.99. Got it from the Hook Up Tackle here. One of the things about this lure that makes it so unique is look at that tail action right there. This one has a lot of kicking and tail action there. And I want to show you that in comparison to the Magadraft, like the Freestyle. Look at the Freestyle here, and then look at the Magadraft right there. As you can see, both actually kick really well, but this one right here, you really don't have to do anything but throw it out there and actually just reel it back in. Has great movement, great side to side, all by itself. You can put this on spinning tackle, once again, medium heavy rod, but just lob it out there and just reel it back. As you can see, comes with like a hook keeper, has a frog hooks in the bottom of it as well here. Got a keeper right here as well. So it sits just like this right here. I could actually take this off if I wanted to. As you can see, I could put a treble hook on there as well, hook it into here as well, and just see what happens. This lure right here, like I said before, really, I saw it through the Hook Up Tackles website, and they did a video on it. It had such great action, and I knew that it would probably tear them up in the shallows. This lure right here is actually the bass, baby bass pattern right here. And I have a really lot of confidence in this lure. I've thrown it already and seen it move in the water column. Moves really great. And this one definitely, once again, throwing it in the shallows when the bass are feeding up in the shallow areas. You could throw it in lily pads if you wanted to, but it'd be sparse lily pads. But this right here, great movement, great natural action to it. And I was just really impressed with it, so I went ahead and grabbed this one as well. So once again, this is the Devil Swimmer swim bait right here. Okay. All right, everybody. The next lure up is, check this out, everybody. It's the Jawbone Tackle Death Wish right here. And just look at this little lure right here. This little lure here is probably all of about 4 inches in length right here. I actually bought this at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I was just so impressed with this little swim bait right here. It comes in, as you can see here, a package of 5 at Dick's Sporting Goods. Price was $7.99 right here for this lure right here. What I did was I paired this up on a 4/0 hook, and you could have a weighted hook, or you could actually have it on just a 4/0 hook right here. Really sinks nice into the water column like a little weight bait. And when those bass are chasing minnows or they're chasing different types of little shad, this lure really does put in a lot of nice work here as well. And I was just really impressed with it. Now, like I said before, when I looked at the cover, I didn't really know what to say about Death Wish. I didn't know what that was all about there, what that concept was. But as you can see right here, it's really a good looking lure right out the box right here. And all you need is just a really, like I said before, you could use a 3, but I wouldn't. I'd use a 4/0 hook, a 5 at the most, but really a 4/0 hook here. Throw that in, put it on spinning tackle. You could have it on a medium rod. You could have it on a medium heavy. I threw it on a medium rod, put some braid on the front of it, put a little bit of fluorocarbon in front of it here, just lobbed it out there and started reeling it right through the shallows, right through weeds, right through lily pads, because I set this up as a weedless presentation. It's got a really nice big back on the back here. And as you can see, it really does have a lot of kicking action right here. And it just looks like a fleeing shad. It's got a really big eye here. So it was just an impressive little swim bait that I saw that I thought the bass would key on in the shallows or in heavy cover. So I'm just going to try it out and see what happens. So I just wanted to show everybody once again the Jawbone Tackle Death Wish swim bait. All right. Okay, and my last lure that I want to show everybody here, and I've had this lure for a while, but I haven't caught anything on it, but I'm not going to give up on it because 1, it's really cool. 2, I have been fishing and casting it. It's really great in the shallows, has a lot of nice movement, and that is, check it out everybody, the Chasebait Prop Duster Glide Swim Bait. This one right here actually is the 5.1 inch long one. There's some that are much bigger than this, but this is the smallest version. The weight is 1.12 ounces. It's a slow sink, and the price is $24.99. And you can buy this at Chasebaits.com, or you can get it at Tackle Warehouse. And really, this lure right here, you definitely need to fish it on a medium heavy rod, and you can definitely throw it on a bait caster. You could throw it on a spinning tackle as well. This one is a slow sink, and it doesn't sink. And really, when they say slow sink, it's slow sink. It stays shallow for a really long time. So if you throw it out and start reeling it back in, it really does take a long time to sink down. So you can really run it as a shallow lure here. As you can see, it's got the spinning blade right here in the center to create more attention. But this right here is a great, what I call a great introductory to those that are interested in swim baits and glide baits, because this right here truly is a glide bait, right to left, big glides in and out. And if you really pop it, it really stops and pauses and might trigger that bite. So what I'm looking at here is a lure that I'm not going to give up on. I think it's really cool. I think that it has a lot of potential in the right situations. And I'm just going to keep on fishing this lure right here in the shallows, because here's the good news. Anything that hits this lure is probably going to be a big bass. And so that's why I'm kind of have confidence to keep on fishing this lure right here. So I just wanted to show you this lure. I've done a review in the past, so if you go through my channel, you'll see a full review on this lure. But I just wanted to show it to you once again because it's really a great lure, and I know that it will work out. So once again, this is the Chasebait Prop Duster Glide Swim Bait, and it's just a great lure. So there you go. Okay, everybody, and here they are. Just as a quick recap, first one up is the Savage Gear 3D Bluegill Swim Bait. The next one down is the Megabass Magadraft. The next one is the Megabass Freestyle Swim Bait. The next one down is the Devil Swimmer Swim Bait. The next one is the Jawbone Tackle Death Wish Swim Bait. And finally, the Chasebait Prop Duster Glider Swim Bait. So there they are, all the lures of this review. Okay. Hey everybody, well, I hope you enjoyed that look and review of those swim baits. Now, as I mentioned before, for me, these swim baits, I look at them as top water lures and weight baits, because what I want to do with them is a little bit different than they're normally fished. A lot of people will fish them deep and deep down in the water column. I'm in Florida. I'm fishing them shallow, in shallow areas, in lily pads, in grassy cover areas, because these lures truly do match the hatch. And that's why I'm fishing the lures the way that I am. And that's why I'm showing you these lures, because in the top water lure game, there's a lot of different lures out there, but there's really not a lot of top water lures that have such a realistic look underwater. On top, they mimic bluegills, baitfish, everything perfect. But once that lure goes under the water, that bass can get a better look at it. And so I wanted lures that truly match the hatch and look like what they were used to feeding on or attacking or pursuing. So that's why you see me promoting and showing these swim bait lures. Now, of course, always going to be on the top water thing, because that's what I love to do. That's why you come over to watch me. But I want to stretch you guys here a little bit. I want you guys to consider some swim baits that allow you to get that top water action that you're looking for. Because once again, weight baits and top water lures and swim baits all can do the same thing, get that top water explosion and blow up that we're looking for. So that's why, once again, I'm showing you the swim baits that I currently have in my possession. And now, also with those swim baits, and it's really, swim bait fishing is its own world, as I'm starting to realize. But they did have something that I thought might be helpful here. Bass do pursue baits based on scent. So I went out and I actually bought some of this, what they call Procure Trophy Bass Super Gel right here. And apparently you just put some of this right here on the actual rubber of the actual swim bait here. So you just put some of this on there as well. And what that does is that improves the actual scent of the actual lure. So in other words, when the bass first come up and swipe at it or come near it, they can smell something, and that scent might make them want to bite it, hold on to it, or just attract them even more. So I bought a little bit of this right here from Dick's Sporting Goods as well, just to see if it would work. I'm not sure, but I thought since I got these swim baits, I might as well give it a shot. So I just wanted to share with everybody that as well here. And as I mentioned before, you know, when you are fishing out here on the water, you've really got to focus on what I call truly just matching the hatch. Whatever those bass are feeding on and looking for, that's what you really want to give them. And at times, they're attacking because they're hungry, and other times they're attacking because they're being defensive. But whatever reason, there's some prey item that's causing them to act that way. And that's what I'm trying to do, is find the right prey item that makes them strike on top water or just below the surface as well. So that's just my thoughts. Love to get you guys' thoughts on those lures. Have you used those lures before? Have you seen them before? What's your thoughts on them as well? Now, the next video coming up, I'm going to be fishing with, and this is a topwater lure, and it's by 13 Fishing, called the Skinwalker. Check this one out right here. I'll be doing a review of this lure right here. As you can see, it's got the buzz bait type of thing in the back of it here. So I'll be doing a review of this lure right here and fishing with this lure and just giving you my thoughts about it. I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen this lure before, but this is definitely a unique lure. It's a big lure, and I'll be doing a full review of it and fishing with it, and also sharing with you some clips as well so that you can see this lure in action, and you can just give me your thoughts on it as well. So with that in mind, this wraps up our video for today. And what we're going to do is just go ahead as always and just close out the video here. Please like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. Be sure to hit the like button. That makes a big difference. I appreciate each and every one of you. We finally have made it over 4,000. So it'll be time for us to do a giveaway really soon here. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to put something together for us to do as far as the giveaway goes, and you guys will get the chance to participate in that as well. So once again, please like, subscribe to the channel, and always remember that phrase, keep your line tight, because when they hit those topwater lures, especially lures that look like matching the hatch swim baits, it's going to be a big bite. I'll see you in the next video.